ready for some football. It's the Saints and the Vikings on EA Sports. Spread between...
It's the marquee game of opening weekend, and off we go on a Sunday night on EA Sports. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. They'll be led out by the former number 3 overall pick back in 2021. It's Trey Lance.
I like what his head coach told us about him this week, that no matter what happens, whether he throws 7 interceptions or 7 touchdown passes, he's the same assertive leader in the huddle on each and every play. He can throw the 7 interceptions, just blame the football, blame anything else, and still carry himself like he is the man. Like he was especially when we're talking about ordering dinner, ordering some snacks.
Just going to say.
That's where I go.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. A handoff to Barkley. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Here's Lance to throw it. And he's taken down here by the Saints.
You better talk to your boy.
Marcus Davenport, the first rounder out of UTSA with a sack.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Now Jordan Berry on to kick this one away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback. Take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Solid run on first down. Gain of 7, moves it with a 2nd and 3. Looking to throw. This one caught by Isabella.
Now that was pretty. They executed that core route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window for the bullet in there for the completion. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw it for a loss.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And throw right side complete to Parker. Here comes the Saints punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. Oh, what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he
possession, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So, yes, your definition is apropos in this case.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Running again with Barkley on second down. And that won't buy him much room. Just a 1-yard gain to the 5.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. On third down, Barkley. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on fourth down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Here's Jordan Berry now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. Just 34 yards on the punt. Let's go. Return. And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here, first and 10. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a first and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring it down. Mr. He's the one who gets in there and brings him down to the ground. It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I can dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
Second and 11 now. They'll look to throw. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up third down. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he'll just toss it away. So
certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
We got this.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here first and 10. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he can only manage to get a couple. Second and 8 coming up.
At the 16-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup.
From the 16, Lance. And the hook up to Brown. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That last throw is going to keep him climbing that all-time passing yards leaderboard as he crosses the 25,000-yard mark now for his career.
He just recently passed Bart Starr. Next up for him, Bob Greasy. That's 2 Hall of Famers, 2 Super Bowl winners, multiple Super Bowl winners. So he's getting up with the legends now. Congratulations.
2 times, 2 times. Hey.
Lance now on first down. It's caught on the right side, Brown. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
Second and 6. At the 47-yard line.
It's Barkley on the counter. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd.
They'll try to run forward with Barkley. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down to the 31.
I think they like this drive a little bit better than the game overall, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3.5.
Clock running under a minute to go in a scoreless first quarter. On first down, Lance. It's caught by Brown. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. So first and 10 now from the 30.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Now Lance. And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's second down. To throw once more on second and 10. Lance, and he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Gates with a grab. And he will have the Vikings first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They run the counter. Barkley. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Going a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Lance going to throw. And this is caught at the 8. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
First and goal at the 7.
They'll try and run forward with Barkley. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. What you got? Line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Shotgun now for Lance. To the sideline, and it's caught. But boy, he's out of bounds. Now they tried to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be 3rd down. Lance now on 3rd and goal. Smith catches left side. A great job to hold him to just a yard there. Now it's 4th and goal. Joseph's good. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. So Walker gets him down inside the 5. Ultimately, they settle for just a few.
Maybe they were a yard closer. That would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. New Orleans offense back out and ready to go. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They'll start with Hunt on the ground. And he'll take this one up to about the 23. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
A carry here for Hunt. And this carry now is productive. He swung it up at the line of scrimmage. He'll drop is going to have the Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass trait in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and it goes down. He couldn't get away, but he takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
2nd and 16. Hands it off out of the gun. A very tough run, but for a short gain out near the 32.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know the security point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this day, has got to be priority one.
The Saints on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. They're going to look to throw. And this is caught. It's Parker. And he'll lose yardage here going down back at the 28. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And here's 4th down. Tough of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Here comes the Saints punter now as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3-point seeding.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Well, here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And they get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Now, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Just 1 play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Here's a give to Barkley. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
He just played the bodies there. That's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It's only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Shifts by him, and taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here. To throw, it's Lance. And this will be incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. On play action, Lance. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, that's the 2nd time he's been sacked so far in the first half. And if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so they can throw the football.
The Vikings on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 19. Here's Lance. Well, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
Keep doing that.
I love plays like that. A defensive lineman holding the football. It's like a kid who stole a cookie from the cookie jar, and then he's just fleeing the scene of the crime.
And all he's doing in his mind, reliving his days when he was young, probably played fullback on his high school team, always wanted to be the tailback carrying the ball, trying his best to lug that bad boy the distance.
Pretty impressive pick there off the screen, and then a nice return.
You know, nowadays, they do more ball drills with the big guys than ever before because they want to take possessions away from the offense.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line.
That's how it's done,
there, the first down completion. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. Second and 1. Steps away to his left. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A 10-yard touchdown run. And the Saints have taken the lead. Well, the defensive coverage was good. So good, he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? But I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
No going for two. They'll kick the point after. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And it will not be returned here. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25-yard line. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. He's likely still kicking himself from the interception last drive that wound up leading to a go-ahead score.
And he's going to assume all that came with that one, all right? That's all on him. But he also knows he's got to erase it from his mind and get back out there. This drive, very important.
Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now Saquon Barkley. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And that will come the offense as they take over. Back out on the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And now with still more than a minute to go, what's been a tight game, you figure we're trying to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. And now following the incomplete pass, we'll get a timeout here for an injured player. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They'll set up a throw. And this is Parker, complete. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 43 to the 44. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Yeah, he was looking for the check on bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long hand?
And he's taken down here by the Saints.
Back him up, back him up.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime.
Hey. 4 down.
Throwing on second and long. Lance. He's got Smith here. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
Here we go, D. All day, defense.
On third down, Barkley. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18.
Attaboy, baby.
Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Barry on to punt as he gets this one away. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Kareem Hunt and the rest of the offense making their way back out there. It's the second quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
We often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going. But we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime to make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series, so those surface tablets come into play.
This is caught at the 20. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Vikings pick up the football. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
Illegal fourth down, offense.
So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just let it stand. And they'll take that.
A penalty is declined.
On first and 10, here's Lance. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Now for the point after. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Taken at the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And we'll see what they opt to do with just 14 seconds remaining until intermission. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. So we've reached halftime here in our initial Sunday night telecast of the new season. As we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get our tour started out at Venerable Soldier Field in Chicago, where it was the visiting Bucks who were able to come in and win one on the road. Aaron Jones, over 100 yards on the afternoon thus far with a touchdown run as well. Next, we head off to check out another game, and it was the visiting Carolina Panthers who were victorious in that one. Christian McCaffrey. What a game. 3 touchdown runs in the victory. And one final game to highlight. We wrap things up on Monday Night Football, and they've got a good one this week between the LA Chargers and the Kansas City Chiefs. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Saints. And there were a few factors as to why they built this good-size advantage, but the rushing numbers were not all that amazing. We'll see if they can pick it up in the second half. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they had a little bit more success on the ground than their opponents did, and that should set them up well for the second half to come.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
On second down now, it's Parker. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. They'll look to throw. It gets it into the arms of Parker. Complete. Yeah, he'll be stopped here well short of first down at the 24-yard line. That's going to bring up fourth down. Only a gain of 2 there.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? Third down, they just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster, help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
See if they can keep it.
He's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job of stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
To start out here, 2nd and 11. Again, it's Barkley. Powers through it. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to 42. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Here's Lance to throw it. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack.
I'm coming back.
Marcus Davenport able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. And keep in mind, in addition to the 2 sacks that he now has, CD, he's also had a couple of quarterback hurries. He's been very disruptive.
To put it mildly, and it reminds me of the time I asked an offensive tackle who struggled like this in a game. He said he was telling the coach, hey, what do you want me to do? This guy's just eating me alive. And the coach finally just looked at him and said, applaud.
Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. The New Orleans offense set to take over. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you can tend to play the field position game.
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
And he'll work this forward for about 3. It's second down. Here's a 2nd and 7. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes. That's going to be a first down. Well done.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. They'll look to throw here. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Looking to throw. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, did a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. And he's going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. That catch good for only a couple. On 2nd down, it's Hunt, and he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. And look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 14.
That's the 3rd time these two are connected with each other. They got a real rapport going. And right now, it's like big chunks of yardage as shown by that last play.
There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. They'll run with Hunt. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Janoris Robinson there to make the play. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And it's caught. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3.
First and goal at the 3-yard line.
Hunt. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Again, it's Hunt. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it will go to 1 yard. So that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
This has not been a fun sequence for him at all. 1st and goal, no gain. 2nd and goal, he ends up losing yardage. He may be trying to talk him into getting the ball a 3rd time, but it's going to be difficult for him to win that battle.
Line of scrimmage at the 4. Here's 3rd and goal. Now back to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints.
That's how you score.
Travis Kelsey. There to make the grab. And the Saints are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 18 now. So that drive spans 13 plays, and it all culminates in a Saints touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting. That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Lance now on first down. Gets it to Brown, complete. And he gets this up. Out of bounds. 7 yards to pick up there. They'll run with Barkley. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 90 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Lance now on first down. To Barkley on the check down. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the fourth. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by Kevin Farley. And the Saints are in great shape here as they take over at the 46-yard line. That interception, maybe the exclamation mark on what really all around has been a good performance.
A fantastic performance. They will enjoy film session. Their grade should be very good on this one. And I think the next time the offense gets the ball, I just think about running it and getting the clock done and getting the heck out of here.
And by the way, semantics here, but before the grammar police come after me, I think it's exclamation points, not mark, right?
You're asking me? Seriously?
Yeah, you're smarter than me. Everybody knows that.
Listen, I go with what you say, my man.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They'll drop the throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Parker. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. At that time, they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, Do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They run with Hunt. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
On 2nd down, right back to Hunt. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Out now is the field goal unit for New Orleans. This will be spotted at the 37, so it's a 47-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And that will stretch the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's a 21-point game. Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. And now out comes Minnesota. And no doubt this is not the way that they had hoped to open their season. Thoroughly outplayed here in front of the national audience. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3. At the 26-yard.
To throw again on 2nd down. Lance. He'll find Smith-Marset complete. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Check Mike 11.
On 1st down, Lance. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Greg Newsom. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Touchdown.
That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And that'll increase their lead to 28. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here. At home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now. Throwing after the interception. Lance. It's caught by Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column. And as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Hey, we got to get this stop.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Lance. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off near the 42. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. I'm starting to wonder, Charles, at 5 interceptions, is that the last that we've seen of him?
Well, I think that a lot of people hope that's the last they've seen of him in this game, probably including himself. If this were baseball, the manager would have been at the mound already and asked for the ball, and he'd be in there getting a shower. But in football, you might have to go stand on the sideline and watch the rest of it and see if your backup can do any better.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
He's brought down at the 37-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up second.
Now a first carry for their fullback. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Let's check on the call. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29.
Pick up 2 yards. First down, New Orleans.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he loses the football a second time. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. Ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
Oh, ball! Let's go! We got 3, Reload!
So that challenge, a successful one. They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute mark. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Hey, D-line, let's get it.
They run again with Hunt. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. Let's go! Come on! It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a 4th down now.
The guy carrying the ball is going to get the credit both in the stat line and probably in the newspaper. But guess what? Those guys creating holes, they couldn't feel better about themselves right now. Offensive line, tight end, probably even the wide receivers are involved. They're moving the ball well.
His kick is good. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This fielded right at the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he is dropped at the 23. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
that's all that's left because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the remaining moments of this one.
Let's go!
Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder what plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves. But they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
And now here's another interception. Picked off by Greg Newsom. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
On first down, punt, and some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41.
Taken down at the 41. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
So this one, a victory here for New Orleans. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for New Orleans, it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Washington.